She is sitting at 116 gold, so that means she just bought that. She just bought that ultimate orb. Whoa, where is that? Where's her item? Is it on her circle? She got a triple kill, so she should have a lot of gold. Not exactly too sure. Not exactly too sure. So we'll see. We'll see. Yeah, I didn't see. Oh, there we go. This Ultimore just magically got fairy to him. So I mean, yeah. Okay, whatever. Meanwhile, Tron farming too, not terribly too bad, because he got his BKB. He's at 83 and 15. I just wish that ultimate earlier was did more damage, because he BKB TP'd into the tower, and by that time when he was casting the ultimate, the guys already, you know, ran pretty far away, so his ultimate didn't do that too much of damage, but regardless, that's slow from the Requiem, so it wasn't too bad. Finally, we do see Helm of Dominator being completed on the Drow Ranger. If Drow Ranger had that Helm of Dom at that last team fight, she could have stayed a lot longer. And that's when you that last team fight was a good good indication of why, a good reason why Drow Ranger does need that Helm of Dominator. A lot of forum posts I've been seeing that they're saying that while Drow Ranger doesn't need the Helm of Dom because it doesn't really work well with a Frosty Arrow. In that last team fight, you saw that how Drow Ranger, yes, despite of her high DPS output, the fact that she can't stay in the battle for a very long time because she would just get focused down far too quickly. She really does need that Helm of Dom regen to keep herself in the battle. And Frost Arrow alone is just not going to cut it. So, yeah, now that she does have Helm of Dom, now that she does have BKB, we're going to see her survivability is just going to be on a different level. So, and now she's going to work towards her Manta, and that's going to be okay. Meanwhile, Sentinel trying to steal the Roshan. I don't think they could do this right now. They don't have the high concentrated DPS. Yeah, Shadow Phoenix is not a bad DPS hero. They do have the Plague Wards, but I mean, Dusa and Visage not too good of a single point DPS hero. Unlike the Drow Ranger, right? Drow Ranger is sitting at what, plus 140 damage, and they are gonna try to get the Roshan for their own. But not too sure what they could do. So yes, they do have the Enigma. So if the Sentinel team is not careful enough, that Blink Dagger ultimate is gonna get 3 or 4 heroes, especially if they're trapped in such a small concave area. So we'll see whether they're gonna do it. Both teams dilly-dallying around the Roshan area. We have a lot of wards being placed, a lot of summons and whatnot, trying to cancel each and every. I mean, this is just so annoying when the Venomancer is doing this to you. It looks like Venomancer is gonna go for that, Mecha instead of the Visage. Let me see what Visage is getting. Visage is get the pipe instead, so very good choices coming from both teams. And just so annoying. All these Plague Warrior is just preventing. I mean, actually at this point, if you're gonna get so much map control with this Plague Warriors, you might as well go for that Roshan attempt yourself. Actually, they can't because the tower is being so pushed at the top lane. And Tron doing a very good job in terms of switching his treads around, and he's actually, right after clearing those creep wave, going back to assist his teammates for that Roshan attempt. And it looks like people are teleporting around. Ooh, someone just teleported. I think that was a little bit of a miss key on that war key. And let's see, both teams is just dilly down around. There is a Blink Hex, and let's see if they're going to be impaled to follow up. Really nice cast, trying to focus down. Blink Dagger ultimate is going to go on Tie Hunter. Oh, what a great chain. Oh my god, that was done so well on the Sentinel, on the Scourge, and they just basically got a team wipe. Well, if that action was a little bit too faster, a Blink Hex initiation, impale, cast to follow up, a Blink Dagger ultimate coming in from the banana here, getting 2 or 3 heroes, and right before the Titan gets his ultimate, we had a silence to follow up from the Drow Ranger, and before the silence ended, Blink Dagger Enigma to finish with a perfect black hole. That was such a good initiation coming in. That was the most perfect team fight I have seen in a long while. That was classic textbook team fight coming from Nirvana China, and they are gonna get rewarded by a Roshan kill, the second Roshan kill. And Drow Ranger is gonna pick up that Aegis, and I'm not exactly too sure what the Sentinel could do at this point here. Let me see how Dusa is doing. Dusa does have her Lincoln Sphere finish, going for the quick butterfly. Now, before the Lincoln Sphere, I'm not too sure whether to like this. Yes, Lincoln Sphere Dusa is, well, actually it makes sense, because the Sentinel, the Scourge does have such high amount of AoE. They do have, cast, they do have that Echo Slam, so those those Manta Illusion is going to go down so quickly anyways, so that Manta is not going to give you too much DPS. However, that Butterfly is going to give you a lot more DPS, especially considering that it does give you a lot more evasion against the Dusa. And looks like Dusa is probably going to get a tower of his own. Looks like they are going to try. BKB is popped on the Drow Ranger. Drow Ranger trying to run very, very good blocking coming from 186. Support is going to come here. Ultimate cast a little bit prematurely. And they are going to try to finish. Yes, they are going to pick off the Minga. And they are going to pick up the Drow Ranger as well. Trading the TIE, that's definitely a very good trade. They are going to try to kill off the Drow Ranger taking a lot of damage. Blink Dagger is going to come in from the Shadow Fiend. There is a Silence coming on. Earthshaker doing whatever you but the Drow Ranger is going to be picked off now. Lion in trouble. Lion very low HP. Impale for the save here, and looks like Enigma gets picked off as well. So Deity, again, right after losing that one big team fight, is going to come off with the team fight their own, picking off hero left and right here. And the hero count score is 13-15. This is so even of a game. The Sentinel team is getting towers. The Scourge is getting Roshans, and the team fight is just back and forth. Such an exciting game on the final stage of WDC. I hope you guys are enjoying this commentary so far. I know I've been studying a little bit here and there, but I just woke up on Thanksgiving morning. I was like, the family's not doing too much of anything, so might as well pump out a Dota commentary for you guys, and I hope you guys are enjoying the commentary so far. 28 minutes in, 13-15, very even a hero kill now. Let me check how the farm is going. Dusa is sitting at 120, the Shadow Fiend 118, but Drow Ranger 137. But you gotta keep in mind, Scourge doesn't have a secondary carry. Enigma is only sitting at 77 creep kills, so everything is resting in the shoulder of Zoe, and Zoe's shoulder is starting to ache right now, because he is carrying his team like crazy. That Yaphet is not really pulling his own weight. He's only sitting at 65 creep kill. Granted, he does have his own Blink Dagger and going for his BKB as well, but BKB is not going to do too much to a Shadow Fiend, to a Dusa, which does excel in physical DPS at the late game, as they're trying to pick off a Dusa illusion. There you go. Okay. But yeah, so this is starting to look a little bit grim, looking for the Scourge, but you gotta keep in mind, Scourge does have that magical teamfight capability, as we saw at that Roshan area earlier. But also, you gotta keep in mind, Sentinel not too shabby on that teamfight capability of their own. You saw how really well played. TIE Hunter, of course, could have waited for that Ravage a little bit later to maybe get the Drow Ranger as well. But the fact that they got both the Enigma and I think it was the Witch Doctor as well, and they had a very, very good Venomancer ult to follow up right after. They just picked down heroes very, very quickly, but looks like they're going to go for a push here, and I think this tower is going to be forfeited. Yeah, everyone is not in position to defend, so they are going to forfeit another tower, and this tower, again, very important to control the Roshan area. And they are going to just give it up. I'm not too sure whether this is the correct choice here. That is a very good tower here, and they are going to back off. Okay, back off. That's alright. No need to force any issues here. Drow Ranger is still very far away from her potential here. Gonna skip the Manta style altogether. I gotta love this choice made by Zhao. You might be thinking, why do you want to skip the Manta? Manta is such a good core going on the Drow Ranger. Two reasons. First reason is the TIE Hunter. That Rabbit is gonna just make the enemy tell who is the real Drow Ranger instantly. Also, a lot of AoE damage coming on the central end as well, so that Manta image is not going to survive. And even if that Manta image does survive, you gotta keep in mind that Dusa does have the Stone Gaze, so once you press G, all those Manta illusion is going to be gone. So there's really no reason to rush that early Manta. Yes, it's going to be a really good late game DPS buff, but seeing that Dusa is going to go for that Butterfly, going to go get her MKB of her own, a very smart creep to dominate. Look at her MS. She's running around like crazy. Yes, that creep is going to get killed so very quickly. Oh, clap! Oh my god, those creeps at half HP. But yeah, that creep is going to increase her team's MS. to such a high amount that it's going to be help out. Very good wards being placed. Oh, yes, I really want to check out what this ward actually does. Let me go to Sentinel Vision. Well, I have to wait for Shadow Fiend to get the hell out. Let's see. Shadow Fiend, get out! Get the hell out, Shadow Fiend. Man, these guys are just trolling at this place, man. Okay, are we gonna get a fog? Nope, familiars are coming. Does this ward actually see so much area? Wow, it does. Wow, okay, wow, it sees a whole bunch of sight, and it's really difficult to counter ward because you don't really see it, so this is a very, very good ward. Let me see, yeah, they don't have any other vision elsewhere, so yeah, this ward is crazy. Yes, it blocks your own camp, but whatever, Sentinel Scourge is blocking your own camp anyways. With this, this is, by the way, the magic bush spot. It blocks this camp, and it blocks this camp. Generally, you see this ward in the very beginning of the game. If you're fear a Chen jungle or something like this, is a very good ward to place. But yeah, I'm more impressed with this ward. Seeing a hell lot of vision. That is a very good ward. I remember, I think I heard a Suspect from Dota commentary. He was watching a live stream, and he was just like going, "What the fuck is this ward?" And when I first saw this, I was like, "What is this?" But I mean, yeah, granted, it does see the huge amount of vision. So far, we do have a lot of wards being placed now by both teams. The map vision, if you just look at a mini map, a lot of dots, absolutely everywhere. Of course, the plague wards and the familiar is going to help out for the Sentinel, and a Drow Ranger is it's like Beastmaster of oh wow, one-shotting. Two-shotting these. Oh, that's an extra 200 gold that you don't want the Drow Ranger. A Drow Ranger does have her MKB finish, and that is the time you want to get a push going on. Sure, she doesn't have that Aegis, but with the Bling Dagger BKB, well, not BKB, not finish, but with the Bling Dagger ultimate always online on that Enigma, and of course, Earthshaker does have that ultimate as well. They are going to look for a big push. I'm going to drink some water before this team fight breaks out. Alright. Glyph is already popped. I think that was a little bit of premature Glyph. I'm not too sure whether that was necessary at all, but they are going to force the Enigma to TP back, so that push was done. So I guess that Glyph was not premature after all. Not too sure why the Sentinel, the Scourge team back up. Maybe they didn't want to give up any towers, and I guess that is a reason enough for the Enigma to TP back. So maybe want the Enigma to finish this BKB. Enigma is sitting at 1300 gold, so at the very least he can afford a recipe. Where is that Crow? Crow is flying somewhere. There we go. Crow does have nothing, so he's pretty far away from his BKB. Still need that Myrtle Hammer. Still need that recipe unless he has an item. No, he doesn't have an item on his circle. Meanwhile, Lion doesn't have his BKB either. Lion is sitting at 33 gold. Did he buy something? Yes, Lion did get a Myrtle Hammer. Ghost Staff. Interesting. Ghost Staff against the Dusa, against the Shadow Fiend. Okay, makes sense. It makes very much logical sense. But maybe you do want the BKB against the TIE Hunter. But maybe he heard my little rant earlier saying that how BKB isn't going to help him out too much against a physical DPS. So maybe Ghost Staff is going to be a better choice. Despite Dusa not farming too well in the early game, she has really caught up in the mid game, sitting at 166 CS at this point. Butterfly is finished, and Link is for a very good build. Very heads up build, and it looks like she is going to go back and finish her Manta style here. Let me see how Drow Ranger is farming. Drow Ranger sitting at 194. What a good farm. Drow Ranger is so on top of things on the farming, but it looks like she is got a TP back to defend this tower, or maybe they're going to just give up this tower. I don't think you want to give up this tower. This is going to lose you a lot of map control for the Roshan area. Nowhere to TP at this point, but they are going to just give it up here. And Ferrari picks up another tower. She's so rich at this point. She's sitting at 1,000 gold. It's going to pick up her Blade of Alacrity. So that is going to help out her farm so very much. Going to farm a little bit extra Ancients. And this has digressed to a little bit of a farming game. Both team is just not defending their towers, not really wanting to engage. I think the Scourge can engage at this point because of their big team fight capability, but also... Actually, I was talking to Jack last night. he was actually lamenting a little bit how because the stake is so high in WDC, we're not going to see a lot of high action play, and we're going to see a lot more safe play from the Chinese teams because there's a lot of money on stake. There's a lot of pride, but overall a lot of money on stake, and you just don't, because if you lose a big team fight like this, especially when there's such high amount of DPS heroes on both ends, if you lose a team fight, you're probably going to lose 2 racks, and that is the game.